Hello everyone, I am Jian Harvey o Baysa, and hello to you, my fellow classmates. Good morning, especially to you, Ma'am Paraiso. This is my PowerPoint presentation with the topic which is prehistoric art. So let's start. So what is prehistoric art? A prehistoric art is defined as art that is created in pre-literate cultures. As you can see right there, na naka-highlight diha. So it means lacking of a written language, a non-literate or pre-literate culture occurring before the development of use of writing. So meaning lacking of writing language pag yun, sa time sa or sa prehistoric time. So prior to the geological time period when humans began documenting history for the sake of record keeping. So this in prehistoric time, the prehistoric people get create aning art also for record keeping para sa mga future or for the future generations para makibaw sila on sa mga events in that time. So next, in this slide right here, it entails the important part of prehistoric art topic. So take note of this because it might be appear on the exam. So first important point is our knowledge of prehistoric cave people based on art and fossils. So in this time period, we are basing on art and fossils remaining that our ancestors preserved since a lot of discoveries by archaeologists that they have found inside the cave. The fossil remains in the stone and also the cave walls, especially the prehistoric paintings. So next is that art that survives is a small fractions of the total art created. So meaning a small fraction is a tiny amount or proportion. So only a few art form has been preserved well. You know what? There are a lot of artwork created or painted by prehistoric people, but sad to say, because of its material use and the environment, mostly of them resulted to damage and fade away. Unlike today, that we are in a modern era, the material we use um, for example, in painting, we can use a quality one and a durable one in any weather condition, which makes our painting long last as the time pass by. So unlike before, it's just a simple mixture material that can easily erase if it's not located in a good area. So one of the reasons also is the weather condition. Maybe some I mean artwork created in high humidity, so in environment, possibly it dissipate in this kind of location. So here is next is the study of prehistoric art began only about 200,000 years ago. So with the activities of the scientists, so they experimented the DNA or tungod sa fossil. So remains the fossil remains tungod ana they concluded on how old are the prehistoric art that is stated it's about 200 years ago. So because we are thankful for these some activities with the scientists like archaeologists or mga nag-experiment sa mga fossils kay without that or wag tayo mga knowledge about the prehistoric people and unsa na kadugayon nga kana nga fossils or sa animals ba na or bone ba na sa tao. So here we'll proceed to the next slide. The Ice Age to Stone Age. So as you can see right here, these details are in this era where earliest upright human beings came into existence 4.4 million years ago. So as what I have said that they identified the data period or the date period because of the fossils. So Homo sapiens appeared about 200 years ago. So Homo sapiens is come from a Latin word, what word that means wise human. So we are called as a wise human. You know what? Because among the species, we have the greater intelligence than them. So next is earliest humans came from Africa. So it is said that the theory also that on that period the earliest humans started in Africa. So next is as the Ice Age glaciers headed, humans spread across Asia into Europe and finally to Australia and the Americas. So when you say receded, it means it drifted away into its normal position or place. So Ice Age glaciers means a perennial accumulation of crystalline ice or rock sediment of ice. So in this explanation, that because of the glaciers that drifted away, the humans spread as time passed. So these glaciers moved to different places. So that's why in this era, the Ice Age to Stone Age, people move across. So they the people of in this time are moving to one place to another. So next, so as you can see, these are the sample picture of a Homo sapiens. So during a period of period or appeared in 200,000 years ago. So as you can see, wala ba dyan na uso diri ang tupi. And makita nimo ang face compare sa ato karon, like nagi siya evolution sa tao. So next. So why did prehistoric people make cave art? So there are 5 reasons nga makaingon ka nga nganong gi-create ni sa mga prehistoric people. So human need or desire to create and decorate. So kay wala pa man to ma-start ang writing. So you know what gitawag man tag sapiens. So meaning mas higher tag intellect or greater intelligence ta among sa mga species that time also. So meaning mga bright na gid ang prehistoric people, but dili gid that time, but dili gid ingon inana ka broad. So mao na naka-create ang mga prehistoric people gumikan sa pag-decorate and create sa painting because of their desired food or desires food. So next is kani ang worship or spirituality. So mga prehistoric people this time, ang ilang na-create sulod sa cave, ilang gi-symbolize nga sa pag-worship ang mga tao sa pag-worship. So ang mga tao that time kay ilang gisik ilang purpose why they create this thing, like for example painting. So these are one of the reasons pod nga or a purpose nga nung gi-create nilang art kay sa pag-worship. So next, magic power similar to voodoo practices. So sa ilang creation sulod sa cave, do you believe nga na ay mga what do you call this? Magic power like shaman. So meaning sorcerer na sila or makabantay mo sa prehistoric people na naa sila voodoo practices, mag-ritual gani sila ingon ana. So ingon ana, then naa sila dadon for the purpose nila is to ritual to perform voodoo practice or a ritual atubangan sa ilang mga creations. Makabantay mo siguro mo sa mga salida, like ma-relate man gyud na nga na mga like practices or ritual sa kung kakita mo sa salida nga busy, ma-relate na siya na like some voodoo practices pod. So here they serve their creation also as a calendar. So a calendar way to mark time pass or hunting season. So Mo nilang target, so kabantay mo in hunting season, uh, sulod sa cave na yung mga dot markings and makita sa nimo nga almost animal gid ilang gi paint sud sa cave. And some theories nga katud ang mga markings, so mo na ilang gi I mean purpose nila to create art is to use as calendar or a hunting season. Kung for example kana ilang gibutang nga dark markings kay kana is bison, so that time mo do ni ilang based on theory mao na lang kuan daw purpose ko. For example mo nilang i-killed nga animal during ana nga season. For example bison mo nila i-kill, so mo nila dark markings. So this would could be one of the purpose why they create this different kind of art inside the cave. So next, so here are we're gonna tackle about the different types of cave paintings. So as you can see here in the map, these are the places where you can find the different types of paintings that is well preserved, or the prehistoric art. And it's also one of the popular cave arts nga ma-found nimo sa Lascaux. Kanang nakita nimo diha nga kanang gi-circlean nga red, so mo na sila ang popular cave arts na ma-found nimo, which is Lascaux, Altamira, and Chauvet, as well as Cusker. Next. So the first one is the Lascaux Cave. It is a Paleolithic cave situated in southern France near the village of Montagnac in Dordogne region, so which houses some of the most famous examples of prehistoric cave paintings. So here is one of the example of cave art in Lascaux, which is Hall of Bulls. So what does the Hall of Bulls represents? So in the first statement is that so these paintings were found deep underground and were undoubtedly painted by light of torches. So what do you mean by this way of painting? So this technique where you illuminate parts of your scene with the torch or other light to add emphasis and color to a certain object during long exposures. So moreover, images are painted over previous images. It is thought that these caves were continuously used for 1,000 of years. Caves symbolize the birth canal with life emanating from within. So emanating means or in spreading out. So in the prehistoric time, they usually gave birth inside a cave, which that symbolized as birth canal. So moreover, some theory believes down by drawing these images, they would help to guarantee plentiful herds and good hunting. Another theory is that it was believed that man had to paint these images to replace the animals that he or would hunt and kill. So next. So it is also an example of a Lascaux cave. So it is called a bird-headed man and bison. It is located in Dordogne, France. An example of wall drawing. So the pigments that use is a charcoal and a limestone. It is a 14,000 BCE, means before Common Era. So some theories that the purpose of this painting is to tell stories, because before wala pa jud ang written language. So instead, they use painting to communicate, also as well as in building a relationship of humans and animals. So this painting is a mythological figure lying down. So methodological meaning relating to or based on appearing or in myths or mythology. So mag-base sila sa usa ka mythology, like for example, in a Greek mythology, like Cyclops. So it is an example of Greek mythology. So just like that. So some archaeologists said that this painting is a hunting scene. So as you can see, wala siya event gihapon nga rag like a hunting scene. Naay po'y usa ka man and an animal. So lying down, murag siya scene pod. So next is an example of a Showick cave painting. It is known as a Pondark cave. It is a Paleolithic cave situated near Avalon Pondark in the Arctic region of southern France that houses impeccably preserved. So impeccably means wala kapintasan or kanang walay kabag-uhan ba sa original gyapon. Kung in short, na-preserve gyud siya. So it is an exquisite meaning and extremely beautiful. So makaana ta that this painting is astonishing, especially the way the prehistoric people created this kind of art. So next, so here the example of cave art also in Chauvet cave. So here in the slide, these are the details that akong gi-attach and also na nakasummarize na sa siya ang iyang important details. So just like previous slide. So the cave art is called Four Horses, which you can found this at southern France near the Pont Arc. It is one of the best known and evocative cave art or rock art. So this created on wall using a charcoal. So these art are around 30,000 BCE. In Paleolithic period, so this art discovered in late 1984. Cave was sealed for thousands of years because of its outstanding condition. Okay, this cave, named after Jean-Marie Chauvet, one of the archaeologists who discovered the cave. So take note of this kay ma-appeal sa siya sa exam. So this is the earliest known painting ever found. So in this particularly art represents of a predatory animals. So meaning an animals that lives by killing and eating other animals. So also handprints, methodological creatures, like for example katong giingon ako ganina nga usa ka Greek mythology, like Cyclops. So Minotaur is also an example of Greek mythology. So form like what do you call this, female form. So like sa example nga sculpture or sa prehistoric sculpture, like a Venus of Willendorf. So next, so an example of a paint in Kosker Cave. So in Marseille, France, lies deep under the sea where many prehistoric rock art paintings and rock art engravings are preserved. So engraving means giukit siya sa bato, and painted on rock means the pigments are applied under the surface. So take note of that. So these are the differences between painted on rock and rock that are engravings. So next, is Showick cave painting. So Wait. So, the Chauvet Cave painting, uh, also known as the Chauvet Pondar Cave, also Paleolithic. Ay, okay. Manamlitaan nila, sorry. Wait. Di mo siya back. Okay, here, let's proceed. Sorry. So, a prehistoric hand stencil. So, hand stencils inside Gravas de las Manos. So, these hand stencils inside Gravas de las Manos, or Cave of the Hand in Argentina, were believed to have been created around 11,000 BCE to 7,500 BCE. So, these stencils is the most prominent art, also mean as well known hand stencils art. So it is an ancient stencil had hands with mutilated fingers may actually show a type of side language used for hunting or and silent rituals. So now, according to art experts and archaeologists, that these stencils were made by blowing pigments while the hands are placed on the surface of the walls, just like the Hall of Bulls. That these hand stencils serve, it is not still not defined. Some would say that these are territorial markings. Some say that these are their own version of census. So, while some stipulated that the stencils are the human beings' first steps in using art for the purpose of posterity. Next. So here is the example of art and in Altamira, which is a bison. So it is a cave complex located near the historic town of the Santillana del Mar in Cantabria, Spain. It is renowned for prehistoric cave art featuring charcoal drawings and polychrome paintings, contemporary local fauna, and human hands. So, fauna means it is refers to all animals life within a particular region. Sa dali nga cave paintings sa Altamira. So, polychrome paintings, as you can see, it is used a variety of colors, unlike with the other art, they only using charcoal. So you can see right there, diba? Dili lang kayo ingon nga charcoal ra use diri. So they use different kind of colors. So mao na ang polychrome painting. Usa na pud na siya. So next is a Magdalenian polychrome bison. So mana siya diri. The Upper Paleolithic Cave Complex. So, yan na ako dira nga a complex at Altamira is famous for its magnificent multicolored cave. So, mo to siya nga sana siya like a variety of colors. So, next. So, we will proceed to prehistoric sculptures. So, these sculptures are focusing on animals and female figures. So, these are its main subjects. So, here is the example of a prehistoric sculptures. Wait, di mo siya move. Nayabag akong phone. So here is a sample of prehistoric sculpture. A lamp with an ibex design found in Lamouth Cave in Dordogne, France. Engraved stone. So meaning naka-engrave siya sa bato. Or for example, mao man siya ang uh, um, naka-engrave, which is um, an ibex design. So makita nimo anay naka-engrave di ang animal, which is ibex design. So this sorry. So this um um example of a prehistoric sculpture is engraved around 15,000 to 13,000 BC in Paleolithic period. So it is an oil lamp used to light a cave. So meaning kanin siya giuse as a lamp, and like top of the stone for boiling oil. So dira mag or diha butanganan sa iyang kuan nga light siya na butngan og kayo. As you can see sa kanang top nga image, mo na siya ang butanganan jud or ang oil um, lamp nga place, or butanganan siya sa oil para diha mo burn or i-burn diha siya mo kuan, diha siya naka-place. So next, animal the shim or an ibex engraved on the bottom of the stone. So as what I have said, naka-engrave siya diri sa bottom of the stone. So it is a unity of composition, meaning a form of ibex fits curved shapes of the stone. So as you can see, na fit gid iya hang sungay sa ibex. Naka-curve gid and naka-engrave. And makita sa nimo sa bato nga ni fit gid iyang sungay og sa pag-decorate diri sa ibex. So it supports theory that humans need to decorate. Yes, of course. So sa pagkakaroon good, I mean, it is still now kan gyapon kanang mag-need gyapon tag decoration. So same as before. So di ba kung mahimo tag usa ka artwork, like kung pahimuon ta sa eskwelahan, di ba para mo nindot kay dapat nato designan mo decorate ta. So mo siya usa sa nagpanindot sa usa ka artwork is sa pag-decorate and pag-design nimo ana sa. And usa pa is nasa theory pod ani this lamp kay if ever nga ang pag-design nila is bantay mo nang ikayo niya, then ang nakakulit sa katong nga lamp is for example an apex, then iglight na niya maklaro gid ang design nga animals like an apex design. So ikayo i-light ana mo reflect dito ang design sa kuan. So imagine nindot jud kaayo kung ang usa ka object designan gid nimo kay mao man usa sa magpanindot sa usa ka object pod. So next, here is the Venus of Willendorf. So this sculpture has been the finest example of Paleolithic art excavated in Willendorf, Austria. So has been one of the strongest evidence of our ancestors were able to produce art. So the Venus of Willendorf, size and body shed a plethora of clues about our ancestors being around in a 4 inches in size. It signifies the possibility that this was carried by nomads wherever they go. So the huge depiction of the breast and the buttocks are all indication that this might have been fertility statue. So it is also interesting to note that the Venus of Willendorf is not alone. A number of excavated sculptures also bear the same qualities, like the Venus of Lesbo, the Venus of Flossel. So these are the similar statues of female nudes have been found in region. So originally named Venus from Willender, but a Venus title limits the interpretation, since it is an unknown what she represents. Next, um, is a Thradholm Sun chariot. So it is a 1400 BCE, or in a Bronze Age. So a cast bronze with gold disc, it's about 54 centimeter long. So it is discovered in Denmark in 1902 by a farmer flogging their field. So money na discovered din siya in Denmark in 1902. So a chariot. So a chariot means a wheel cart. So as you can see naman ginay wheel there amo na gitawag og chariots. So dating back to 2000 BCE. So imagine dugay na gid kay ni ang kuan pod pag-use aning chariots or wheeled cart kay in this period mao gini ang usa sa kagamitan nila sa pag uh, transportations like that. So a symbolism of horse and sun, and now a national symbol of Denmark. The artwork is on the 1,000 krone banknote. So a 1,000 krone banknote is a currency na siya. Usa na siya ka, kung baga sa 1,000, oh, like, unsa may makita na to dito sa 1,000, like, um, eagle, or nana, for example. Ay mga logo. So, kani siyang Tradom Sun Chariot. Kay makita naman siya sa logo. A krone banknote. So, a 1,000 krone banknote. So, kana siya. Norway, I guess, Norway kana siya kanang kwarta. So, perhaps used for ritual to reenact the passage of the sun. So, also na siya asa ka na symbolize. So, a sandisk engraved gold with curve patterns. So, as you can see right there, kanang dako kay nga lingin, mo na siya ang sandisk, and sa on top of it, or in the center of it, kay na ay naka-engrave nga gold pattern design. So, kanisha is made out of bronze, and wait, a bronze and a gold disc. So next, we will proceed to prehistoric architecture. So as a Paleolithic people adopted a subtle agricultural way of life, they began to build structures to use as houses, storages, and shelters for animals. Neolithic people also built tombs and buildings used for ceremonies. So here is an example of prehistoric sculpture, a mammoth bone house. So it is appeared in 16,000 to 10,000 BCE in a Paleolithic period. So this architecture is made from bone, or made out from bone. So it is found in Ukraine. Hunter gatherers build houses using bones of the woolly mammoth. So a woolly mammoth, it is an exist form of the elephant. So kani pong woolly mammoth is one of the biggest kuan po na siya. Form of the elephant. So na-extinct naman na siya. So wala na ni siya na makita ron. Only the fossils. So the bone was covered with animal hides and natural materials to keep the inside warm. So mo na siya. As what I have said right here, nga, they use this as a building or a houses or storage and shelters, not just only for animals but for the human also. Wait, di man siya move. So the houses were typically located on all the river terraces. This type of location is believed to have been a strategic one, as it is placed near the pathway of migrating animals herds between the steppe plain and the riverside. So meaning strategic plan na sad gini nila is to as it's placed near the pathway para sa ganing nag-migrate nga mga animals kung asa ilahang hoan kanang which grupo gyud sa mga animals kabantay mo ng uh, animals nga grabe kadaghan, so mao na siya ang diha na mo nag-migrate. So diha nga part or nga area diha nag-migrate ang mga animals, so bantay mo ng place nga puro magtapok nga pareha animals. So manay gitawag diha ang mga nag-migrate nga animal herds po. So meaning a group of animals nga diha nga place. So mo na nagkuan sila. Na-place sila sa diha dapita kay so that they can easily get food or kanang maka-access dayon sila, di na pa sila mag-travel. So that's why gamit kayo ang ay kuan pod pag-build sa house near in this kuan place para diha na sila magstay and dali na sila makapa-tame og mga animals so that dili na sila transfer to one place to another. Next is wait. So next is also a prehistoric sculpture, or I mean architecture, which is Stonehenge. So it appeared around 2750 to 1500 BC. So it is a Neolithic period. So this architecture is made out of stone. So a henge is a circle of stone surrounded by a ditch. So unsa man ang ditch? Mao na siya ang kanang what do you call this? Ganing sulod sa field. I mean sa field sa Stonehenge ang isig kakilid or ang edge ana niya na ditch mo siya river bank, just like that. So it is a post and lintel system. So what is a post lintel system? As what you can see right here in the picture, naa siya ay naka horizontal and naka vertical. So mo ni post and lintel system. So ang post mo ni siya ang vertical nga stone nga nakabarog. So while ang lintel mao na siya ang naka-horizontal sculpture kanang nasa top sa bato. So many theories why Stonehenge was built. So gibuild daw nila as a ceremonies, use as a calendar, observatory of sun and stars. So grabe ka bright no. Kung buto na naon lang kay use many as a calendar and kabantay man ang reflection sa sun or kanang shadow or reflect na sa stone makita gid mo asa mo direct. So mo na siya ang grabe gid kanang bright gid siguro kay mga kuan pod. I don't know, but baka na ko ang mga prehistoric people kay grabe sad ka bright that time kay murag kibaw sila unsay pattern sa stars or sa constellations maybe. So stones from southern Wales. So mo na siya. These stones came from the southern Wales. So on summer solstice, June 21, every year the sun rises directly over the Stonehenge. So makaana gid ta nga kani sad nga stone kay base gid sa gid ni siya ka proof nga kuan gani what it was built for a calendar. So as every year the sun rises, so mo direct mo siya over the Stonehenge, over the hill stone. So ang katong shadow ni mo direct into diri sa kaning mga stone nga nakabarog kay each stone nga nakabarog kay lain na siya size. So imagine no grabe ka bugat gyud sa nila paguri. So some theories pud ako nahibaw-an nga kani nga stone kay giguri gyud siya sa kalain-laing lugar and dili ni siya diri na nakuha nga bato. At some theories nga giguri din siya sa using logs, mga bato gipatong sa logs. So grabe, imagine pila ka 1,000 of people nabira na para mababarog mapadunglan diha ang bato. So imagine And grabe ka creative gyud kay. Na build man gyud. Grabe ka dagko ning mga batuha. So, I guess that's all for the presentation for today. So, I hope you learned something, and don't forget to take note all those important things in this presentation. And guys, thank you for watching. And if you're watching Ma'am Paraiso, thank you for watching. And guys, that's all for today. Goodbye.